Hello everybody, my name is Nairi, this is Fly Little Birds, welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about some positive things that have happened, because in the midst of all that we do have a lot of trouble again over school. So I just wanted to share some really positive things that have happened in our family. So this channel is all about adoption, fostering, childhood trauma in the main, and parenting. And I have two teenage adopted boys. So the nice things that have happened for both of the boys actually. So the first thing I want to say is, for the older one, we've been really looking for a brilliant experience for him later when he goes to do his work experience. So he's 14 coming up for 15. And when you have a child that has developmental issues, additional needs, it's really hard to find something where you think they're going to be okay and someone's going to look after them. So we looked at lots of local options, and we tried to encourage him to go and ask and, you know, make the phone calls and things like that, which was a real struggle, but we got nowhere. Lots of people were full because he wants to do stuff with animals, and Tim and I were really thinking to ourselves, okay, what do we do now? Where do we go? How are we going to get him this work experience thing? Are we going to need to get the support of someone that we have through our EHCP, which is our plan for him? Are we going to need to get someone to actually arrange this? So to be fair, good on him, he put an email together with the help of school and he went off to various things. And there's a place that we're hoping that after he finishes education, he's going to be able to continue his learning. And it's somewhere that's properly set up around animals mainly. And we're really excited that he might have the opportunity to go there after he finishes school, because what we're finding with the boys particularly is that school is a massive issue. It's a massive problem around friendships. It's causing anxiety for both of them, because academically it's a struggle anyway, and then put the friendships on top, it's even more of a struggle. So we are hoping and praying that when they leave school and they find what they want to do, that more will click into place for them. And that's where we're trying to look toward, to kind of help them with their independent skills. So anyway, he sent off this email to this place, and first of all it came back saying, no, that's the wrong person, you need to send this off. So he was getting down, he sent it off to someone else, and they came back and said, no, you need this person. And my husband and I were like, oh, this is not good. Anyway, yesterday evening he came rushing into my bedroom and he said, guess what? I said, I don't know. He said, they've come back and said yes. They've said yes, I can do it there for the week. I was so excited for him because he was so excited. And then a bit later, my husband rushed into me. He said, it's brilliant. It's so brilliant for him. They have an animal technician and he's going to be able to shadow them for, you know, the week. He said he's going to learn so much. And I was just so proud because he made the effort to do the email. Proud because I know that he's really good with animals, and I can definitely see a career with animals, albeit of course he'll need a lot of support, and albeit some things he's just not going to be able to do, but his ability with animals is really good. He's really gentle with them, and I can see him doing it, so I was really excited about that. So the younger son is obviously not at that stage yet. So with the younger son, we have a lot of anger issues, and we're actually experiencing it at the moment, and my husband and I are struggling with that because it just comes out of nowhere. And honestly, we know it's connected with school and friendships, but there's not a lot we can do about that because it is about how he interacts with other people. So there is one thing though that he has managed to get into, and that is Army Cadets. Now, don't come at me, it's not something I would have chosen for him necessarily, because he does have obsessions about certain things, which we won't go into. But we decided that it was very structured and that they wouldn't stand any nonsense, which, again, don't come at me, I know that sounds awful, but for my son, that's really important, that he respects the people that are running the club or doing whatever they're doing. So he got into this, I don't know how long he's been doing it, maybe about 6 months ago, maybe it's longer than that actually. And in the beginning they don't give them a uniform, they let them settle in. And if you see my recent video, you'll know he went away for one of these weekends, and it was a bit of a disaster because he didn't sleep, but I explained that on another video. So if you go back a little bit, I don't know what it's called, you'll see the story about that weekend. But Anyway, there was more anxiety when he came back off that weekend because there was a parade that was due. And if you know anything about army cadets or uniform stuff, especially in the UK, there's often parades and things that they can get involved in, and parading and marching is one of the things that they just they do. Neither of my sons really like being looked at, watched, particularly by adults. It's not so much by their age, although they don't like that either, but when it comes to any plays, sports days, anything like that, they absolutely hate it. So anything that draws attention to them, they don't want to do it. During the week building up to the parade, there was a high level of anxiety. Penny dropped after a while. It takes me a while to work out what's going on. I said to him, is it, this parade coming? And he said, yes, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Now, he has a friend also who is similar, who also didn't want to do it. And I said, look, why don't we see how you get on? Because it is part of Army Cadets. If you don't like the weekends away, you don't like the parades, well, to be honest, as much as you might like going every week, it's probably not going to be worth you carrying on, because it is part of what they do. So, okay, that was agreed. So we live in a really lovely area. It's very supportive. It's very community based. The negative of that is everybody comes out for things that happen like this. So this was Remembrance Day. So everybody comes out to watch. Now, Remembrance Day is probably not as busy as, say, one of our Christmas fairs or our summer fairs, but the community really do rally around. So there were going to be a good number of people watching. Anyway, I'm stood on the side. My husband's gone up to the previous sort of memorial service where they had to sit through as well. So that was an additional sort of thing, Down they come. Also, another proud moment is I have an adult daughter who plays in the band at the front. So as they come through, they're all marching through, and she's there with her trumpet marching through, looking beautiful. She is beautiful, and that was lovely as well. So I see her coming through, and then the different regiments or whatever come through, and then finally the Army Cadets, and he was on the opposite side of the road, and I just clapped eyes on him, and he had sort of like, all he was doing was concentrating on the marching, getting the beat right, and looking at the person in front and getting the arms right, and it was so sweet, but he did look really nervous. So that was at the top of the road, and then the memorial service happened, and then afterward we were walking, back home. I'd got him some sweets because I thought, let's treat him, because I thought, I know what's going to come. He's going to tell me he hated that and he doesn't want to do it ever again. And he just looked at me and went, that wasn't that bad, actually. I went, what? He said, yeah. He said, it wasn't that bad. I said, oh, okay. He said, yeah, it was okay. And I thought, wow, that is such, honestly, you cannot believe what an achievement that is. I also said to him, didn't you find the service long? In fact, actually, I think my husband said, did you not find the service long? Because my husband got really hot in there. That would normally be me. And he'd messaged me and said, can you make sure you've got some water? I said, what, for, my son? He said, no, for me. So my husband said it was really hot in there. He said we had to stand through all the name reading. So they read out all the names of people in the area that have, lost their lives. So I said to him, did you not find, it long in the service and all the name reading? He said, no, I liked that bit. I liked hearing about each individual person that, fought in the war and lost their life. And I thought, sometimes he just is surprising. He is surprisingly compassionate and understanding, and he has, yes, his obsessions and interests, but it was just really unusual for a teenager to actually say they enjoyed that bit. And so this is the thing I suppose I want to get to in the video is, we have a lot of issues, we have a lot of problems. A lot of the time my videos are about trying to support you if you experience something similar, or just for you to know that things aren't perfect in our family, because they're not. And we do struggle, and Tim and I are older, so that makes it harder. We don't have the energy levels. And so a lot of the videos are about that, but I just wanted to relay those two really positive things for you, because I want you to know it's not all negative, and I want you to know that actually we do have these little glimmers of hope. So that's why I've called the video A Little Bit of Hope, or A Little Hope, or something like that, because we do have those glimmers, and when we have those glimmers we hold on tight to them, because that sees us through some of the more difficult periods of time. Hope that helps you. Subscribe if you want to, check out membership if you want to, and I'll see you on my next video on Fly Little Birds. Thank you.